I'm a lot further away, so the swing is going to be a lot more around. It'll start on the right path, but it'll swing more around me. So when I have the downswing path is much more acutely, I have to feel like I'm going to hit that way. Now, a good way to practice is get, if you've got a golf course that's got an out of bounds fence down the right hand side on one of the holes and the tee's up near it, that really tests your nerve. You set up there and you've got to feel like you're going to swing out across the out of bounds. When you run out of right arm, when you run out of arms out here, you can't keep going out. It'll come up and around. We mentioned this morning that Rory McIlroy, that he hits this big roping. Now he does draw the ball quite a considerable amount. It doesn't go 5 yards in the air. It's probably more like a 20-yard or 15-yard right to left. His big drives and his irons. You know, he's 30 feet right of the pin when it starts and it comes back. So with the driver, he hits it slightly on the upswing. As a matter of fact, he hits it quite a bit. He hits it about 6. Chris mentioned this morning, some tour players, they tee it down a bit lower and they come in more level, or maybe 1 or 2 on the down. It's a case of experimenting to feel which one's going to get you accuracy and distance. No good having the distance if you've got too much of a hook or a block. No good hitting it 100 meters in the air when a little bit more on the upswing will get it to carry that extra 50 meters.
50 meters.
Well, Chris, you told me, you've always given me this lesson. I've taken it to heart in the last 5 minutes. A little bit longer than that. But I was playing with Joe the other day, and Joe will be witness to this. I'd hit a few drives where the club was coming in pretty flat, and I wasn't that happy. Then I said to you, and I think might have been even on the 18th or the 9th, I'd hit it on the upswing, and it went considerably further, didn't it?
Yeah.
30 yards. I hit it 30 yards further than what I was hitting it. I probably hit it about 250. I'm talking yards now, not meters. Okay. By hitting it more on the up. And for me, Rory has a bit of it's good for me. Again, you got to try it yourself. I think you hit a little further too, didn't you, Joe, when you did that?
Yeah, when I worked out what you meant by hitting it on the up, it did make a difference. It did go further. And it was working yesterday as well.
And it goes straighter too. That's the nice thing. It doesn't go out to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, club has a chance to square up a bit better. Anyway, I think go through the. Go back to Chris. Has anyone got any particular part of the swing mechanics that they want to have a mention about?
Yeah, if we just did summarize the driver, Pete, just as far as the technique goes here. Remember, the driver you want to have 5 inches wider as far as the base stance goes. Set up ball position is opposite the inside left foot for a right-handed golfer. The body is a little bit more tilted. Obviously, if you get it a bit more tilted, it's going to hit a little bit more on the up, just by tilting a little bit. Takeaway is going to be low and slow. A lot of the great drivers have talked about that over the years. Backswing is longer due to the shaft length. So even though the swing might feel the same, on the video you will actually see the swing go back further because of the leverage of the shaft. And as Pete mentioned a bit earlier, the direction of the hit is more from in to out, so more from the inside because the nature of the swing being a little bit more around. Anything you want to add to that, Pete? Or has anybody got
No,
any
I think that's
questions?
very, very good. The only thing I could probably say is depending on the flexibility in the ankles, I think to me, one of the key areas is when you finish the swing. Let me get this out the road. When I finish the swing, ideally you want the right knee tucked in against your left. Now, if you get too wide with a stance, or you got not the flexibility in your right ankle, if you get there, I can't get that to there. That's about, I want this knee to touch. So that, and maybe the toes being a little more open, they look wider from toe to toe. The heels, I like the heels to be underneath my hips. I don't want them out. I don't want to have an angle outside. That allows the pivot to be less stressful on the joints. So definitely the driver is, it's because it's longer, if your toes are a little more flared out, not only will it help you turn better, but it will give you that feeling of more stability or centered, as opposed to being a little bit narrower with the irons. Because the irons, you're hitting it on the downswing, the driver is more off the front heel or instep. But thank you very much.